Yeah, that looks like I don't care, you know? Welcome to Pick Central. Is myself, Big Ev, and Clemmer today. Brought to you by Evan Williams. Pick Central listeners, listen up. College basketball season is heating up, which means there are no shortage of opportunities to celebrate big wins with Evan Williams Bourbon. As we all know, Evan Williams Bourbon is game day's #1 pour, from rivalry games to championship week, all the madness in March. Nothing pairs better with watching hoops with Evan Williams Bourbon. That is also just a fact. You enjoy a nice Evan Williams on the rocks, old fashioned. You want to watch like Duke win the ACC tournament, with 3 guys on the court. They'll probably do that too. This is a nice time for everything too, with the conference tournament starting. I know they've started already, but the bigger ones starting up. Go get your Evan Williams right now. Next time you're rooting for a backdoor cover, take Evan Williams Bourbon along for the ride. Visit evanwilliams.com to find a bottle near you. Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Make sure you go buy it, guys. It's the best whiskey there is out there, and I love it. All right. Where would we like to start? The mini golf qualifier was today. Big things happen because last year mini golf was a huge success, but this year there's qualifiers, so it's real shit now.
Oh yeah, no, it's a real deal.
Real deal. But where do you want to start? Well, I think we should start NFL because there's some crazy shit happening.
I think so.
Okay.
And that's what most people care about, and then we get some college basketball.
The Yankees are doing well too.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. You worry about your
Definitely
worry about your catcher.
least popular sport.
Yeah,
Least popular to who? To who?
I mean, out of the 3 majors, I'll say.
What?
that's false.
Baseball.
Baseball's second out of 4.
Yes.
Baseball's bigger than basketball.
Yes.
No,
Numbers wise, it is.
No,
I don't
for sure.
think so.
All right.
We
Guess
did this
it's
already.
done now. We ready to.
I mean, it's also two way
literally
different
the
things.
NBA
Like,
gets more views.
yeah, NBA is also very social heavy.
We did this already.
We did? I thought what happened? I don't.
No, the NBA Finals did over 1 million more views per game than the MLB.
The most recent World Series did,
Which was-
I think, better than the NBA Finals did.
I don't think so.
The ones before it didn't, because it was Yankees and Dodgers.
Yeah, that does go into it. Yankees and Dodgers, and you also had the Celtics, who was a huge brand. We had the fucking Rangers and the Diamondbacks before.
Right.
I don't know why I'm saying we. I'm not totally on the MLB side, but that does factor into.
Well, but it was compared to Denver or Miami, which was trash.
Yeah, but Denver's still even bigger than, and Miami's bigger than the Diamondbacks. No one cares about,
But
Rangers.
and the Rangers, no one cares.
the Nuggets is not exactly a powerhouse.
Yeah, but I think that
It was also
not
a it was a series where one team was minus 500 to win the series.
What was it was Dallas and
Boston.
Boston. That could definitely. So much.
There you go. Boom. I would say we
21st century.
we had this. We had
World
this.
Series has an advantage.
we
So
had
I mean, I think it's at the end of the day, I think it's you can't say NBA that baseball is the worst.
Of the 3.
I think you could, but that's pretty much the push. And that's I don't know.
They're pretty close.
Pretty close. You just don't like baseball.
Why
as much.
don't you
That's
like baseball?
I love baseball. I just like to do the basketball baseball thing with Clemmer because basketball just is better.
You also probably like the Yankees more than you actually like the rest of the MLB.
Well, obvious.
No, I think that's I don't think that's crazy for actually be I like the Yankees, but I don't really want to watch a random MLB game.
We're all
He doesn't watch random NBA games.
I feel like he might.
Who?
You'd rather watch
I
a
think he's
random
more
NBA
likely to
game
watch
than a random MLB game.
You're watching the Knicks, and
I watched the Knicks. I watched pretty much all the Knicks games.
Were you watching the Cavs fucking Bucks last night?
Not last night.
No, because I
was
think
watching college
that's
basketball.
honestly a lot of people.
that's the thing is most
watch
people.
all.
I'll watch all the
like,
baseball.
I'm watching the Yankees, and I don't give. I care about the rest.
The reason I do watch a ton of baseball in the summer, and obviously it goes in the playoffs. I'm watching all the playoff games. In the summer, there's just nothing else on.
Yeah,
it's the only thing to gamble on. So I actually end up weirdly watching I actually really watch more natural regular season, not Knicks or Yankees involved baseball games than basketball. To be honest,
Yeah,
that's strictly due to an itch that's not scratched. There's so much college basketball on to gamble every night.
Yeah.
In the summer, there's literally just baseball.
Also, the NBA regular season isn't great.
No.
I watch the Knicks. I watch the Knicks, and I do watch other games, but not as much.
Knicks are struggling a little bit.
I mean, we're now our best player's hurt.
Oh, is
Problem. Yeah, Brunson's out.
That's not good.
Problem.
Yeah, you guys are in trouble.
It's a problem.
Let's start with the NFL. Big things happening. Big things happening. Is today or is tomorrow?
Today, it started already. Like free agency.
Free agency started.
Yeah,
We both need quarterbacks.
We'll get to all that.
we both want out.
Biggest trade happened yesterday. DK Metcalf goes to the Steelers. I love this move, obviously. I think DK almost even gets a little disrespected now, a little bit. He also had Geno Smith throwing to him, who I never thought was good.
I think we can debate that. Well, we'll get into
I don't think he's a very good quarterback, and he got moved. But DK, I like what the Steelers did here because now they just said, fuck it. We got no quarterbacks, but we got the receivers. So if you're a quarterback, you want to come to our team, we got the setup. We already have a good defense. We made the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
We don't have a number one receiver. Now we have a number one receiver and a very good number two. Hopefully he's good. Hopefully
Pickens is
Pickens is great.
I don't think.
Saying
I think this might be his last year as a Steeler.
maybe
We're
it
hearing
changes
from the
though.
inside.
Maybe it changes when he has an actual this frees up Pickens. It's not just like, hey, they only got one guy to throw to. I think DK going there is huge for them. They haven't had a number one receiver in how long? Pretty long.
I mean, I would honestly argue Pickens is a 1, but I think he's a basket case.
That he hasn't been a one.
Like Pickens is a 1 type player.
But he hasn't been one. You know what I mean? He really hasn't.
I mean, he has. They've had pretty shitty quarterback play.
That's what
He's a 1.
It's not really shitting on
Pickens. Is a 1.
I think DK is better than him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, well, you can rely on Metcalf more.
Yeah, I just think this is a great move for the Steelers.
I like the move. I mean, he's young. He's crazy. He's only 26.
And they extended him.
Crazy to hear. Yeah, 5 years, 150. Also, why? Because Steelers just don't throw out money like that. This might be the first time I can really remember them throwing a big contract like that at a really any free agent,
Especially an offensive guy, too. Are you guys at all, I don't necessarily feel this way, but giving up a second, does that give you concern?
I mean, he's a great player.
I think that it's like you know what you're getting with DK, and it's not your first round. And would you imagine your wildest dreams DK Metcalf would be your second rounder?
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's
I guess the only thing is you're paying him.
Thing.
But yeah, I mean, you get Metcalf now. Metcalf, Pickens.
And it's also, he's not 30. He's not 32. He's 26,
Still
27,
young,
where it's like, we have our guy now. You're good. You paid him. He's done now. You got him for the next 5 years.
I think it's a win for the Steelers.
I think it's
I don't know
huge
how
win.
else you look at it.
I think people were a little mad about the second round I saw, but I don't know, Dukes. You kind of gave you seemed like you were a little.
I wouldn't give him up for what he kind of reset the wide receiver market too. Like the Bengals got fucked by that.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
you're right.
So much, but
So,
why wouldn't you give a second
and
for him?
Higgins is going to want that kind of money.
I'm more like clever.
Higgins ain't getting shit.
If you told me
They're going to have to.
$28 million in a second rounder, it's sure, but that big of a contract and giving up a second, probably no thanks.
But also, I feel like because you say he got 30. I
Yeah.
feel like the $2 million. I mean, what's the?
Yeah.
I think if you'd go there for 28 and you're just hard stopped on, you wouldn't do it for 30.
I mean, I'm also not a GM. It's just my feeling, just
No,
money-wise.
we understand you're not.
No,
Believe me, we know you're not a GM.
I'm not saying for me. I'm not saying me personally. I'm it has to be 28. But my point more is giving up a shit ton of money for DK Metcalf at a second is a no thanks for me.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just he doesn't really do it for me. I'd rather go after Chris Godwin.
I was gonna say, who would you prefer?
Chris Godwin.
Or would you take Godwin? Let's say the same.
But coming
same
off an
situation.
injury.
Yeah, because cheaper.
But he's coming off a huge injury.
Honestly, I'd rather also my ideal situation would be somehow to get Ayuk off the injury.
It's just also
Have the 49ers
Ayuk's making the same money Metcalf is just not as many years.
But Ayuk also, I think the 49ers are going to have to eat up a little bit of his contract if they trade him.
I also think that the
And
Steelers
cheaper.
are in right now they see their roster as a win now type where they just now need a quarterback, and which is the biggest part. But their defense is so good. Think about it. We never thought the Steelers could win the Super Bowl, but we always know they'd be in the playoffs. Now it's okay, they get a good quarterback.
Who are they going to get? Russell Wilson? Is that where they're thinking?
Well, I don't know.
I don't think
I think they
go that
move
Their
on.
ship has sailed?
I actually think they move on from both,
So Darnold, where do they go?
and that's where I don't.
I think
know
it's
what
like
they
I think they
Seattle's interested in Darnold.
I think they go like a Darnold, like a Rodgers. I think that's where they're gonna
I think
where they're gonna look. I
everyone
think it's
says,
really their only options. I mean,
everyone
they don't-
says Darnold's going to the
Seattle.
Seahawks. Yeah, everyone says that, which is like also Darnold. You're gonna be like, well, you're trading away everyone.
Yeah, who am I going to
You
throw
traded-
to?
all they have is
JSN.
JSN.
It was honestly by the end of the year, JSN was the one.
JSN is unbelievable. I'm a huge JSN fan.
Like I didn't think he was better than Metcalf at the end of the year.
But it's like
Really good.
Did they let go of Lockett? I know
They
he's, like,
cut-
old.
they
they cut him.
He's old, but
they cut a ton of guys. They're getting a ton of money freed up.
yeah, which is like, all right. What the funniest part
No,
about
I
all this?
I almost don't blame them because they were in a weird like purgatory spot.
Oh no,
I think they said, "Fuck it, let's stop just running this back over and over again, and let's just like move on, try something new." Now, listen, if Darnold is the get out of purgatory quarterback, I don't think so. I think he's Mr. Purgatory.
Yeah, no, I think that the Seahawks were in. I actually don't mind them doing all this. It wasn't working. They've had this. DK's been on there for how long now? Let it go. But the funniest part about this whole free agency was Rodgers was retiring, right? Everyone's like, oh, I think he's done. He's like the most desired quarterback right now.
He definitely is.
Every fucking team is like, we're interested
Shouldn't
in
be. I'm telling you.
I actually think he should.
Beware,
be.
guys.
I actually,
Who of the three quarterbacks would you rather have than Aaron Rodgers?
Justin Fields.
I actually don't agree with that.
For 1 year, I'd say this. Obviously, his age. I'm saying for like just this season. Because a long term, obviously.
I'd rather have
younger.
Russell Wilson and Sam Darnold more.
I think that's insane.
Oh no.
They both
You
are.
are
I think
scarred.
Rodgers is way better
You're
than
scarred.
both of them.
It was,
Rodgers
I'm telling you
also-
guys, it was bad last
Yeah,
year.
but I don't think he was
We
Rodgers.
saw it though. Like it was.
I saw it. I saw it more than all y'all.
I think it was
you didn't.
all
You
y'all.
did.
I didn't watch. I watched every Jet game. Like don't like. What do you?
You only watched like
You saw more than me. Like
probably because you're probably watching more Giants than I am. Yes.
Oh no.
The games I know is the same time.
Giants got turned off fast.
No, but like I think it's pretty safe to say I watch more Jets than you guys. do.
That
I don't
doesn't
think it is,
matter.
though.
Yeah, that's-
regardless.
It doesn't
I
matter.
mean,
What are we doing?
But it doesn't matter watching more Jets or not. We still watched the Jets. It wasn't fully Aaron Rodgers' fault. That
I didn't say it was fully
their
his fault.
defense was god awful.
It was not good.
And it's
Aaron
also-
Rodgers was not. You
If you
guys,
looked at his-
came on this show every week and talk about how bad Aaron Rodgers. What are we talking
Because it was
about?
fun. It was
all right.
fun.
Well, it's not. Well, I said be careful.
But you really think that he was like your biggest problem?
Never said that.
Well, that's what
different
we're
things.
saying though.
No, it's not. I'm saying he was not a good quarterback last year. He was not the
He had
biggest.
the same stats as Patrick Mahomes.
Nah, you can't do that.
Why not?
I actually thought the second half of the year was pretty good.
He played well in like the last 2 of the last 3 games when it didn't matter, and defenses were.
I just think I
checked
saw
out.
I feel like he rebounded from the Achilles later on in the season. I thought he looked better. He's clearly not nearly as mobile as he was at one time, but I think that's. I just think if I was to roll the dice on those 3 guys on a Darnold, Wilson, or Rodgers, I'm taking Rodgers. Not even like thinking.
If Aaron Rodgers is on the
Easily.
Steelers,
Wilson sucks.
Wilson bad.
sucks.
He was not good at the end of the
Sucks.
year.
I think he was
And
bad
Darnold
all year.
And Darnold is going to be worth way too much money. Like if you're going to pay double for Sam Darnold, like be my guest.
Aaron Rodgers
Good luck.
with a very good defense and threats, which would be DK and Pickens. I love him on the Steelers.
Just give him a
think
decent
that's
offensive
his-
line.
That's my favorite landing spot for him. What do you think?
Of like realistic
You just
options.
described the Jets last offseason, by the way.
No, I did not. Their defense is not even close to the
That's a
They were,
Steelers.
horrible.
they were going into the year.
They were not even. But the Steelers is way better than the.
The Jets were
Jets
going into
defense.
last year with a top 5 defense. Everybody.
But
thought-
that's not his fault. The defense fell apart.
no. I just think it's
Yeah, but the
hilarious.
Steelers have
Marty-
always
Marty setting
been.
that up, I was like, I heard this before.
No, but
yeah,
that's
organizationally, the two are
Steelers-
going to be further from
the
the
Steelers have never had a bad defense. I think as long as I've been alive.
Basically, yeah.
It's like they're always fucking unbelievable. And then, but also, the wide receivers aren't. We're not going back to Alan Lazard and fucking Mike
Devontae
Williams.
Adams?
What?
Devontae Adams was
well,
in there.
the
Adams
sample, by
started
the
in
time it was,
seventh
they were.
Garrett Wilson was in there. Like
Garrett
No,
Wilson.
but
also not.
no, you're talking about the wrong things. Head coach, like front.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
owner.
I that's what I'm
That's the
saying.
difference.
Yeah, and
That's what
also
you're getting in the Steelers that you're not getting in the Jets.
Aaron Rodgers had a pretty good head coach last year in Green Bay. He still had a shitty year.
But the team
I think they went 8 and
youngest,
9 or 8 and
the
8.
youngest
They weren't
team of
good.
all time.
with all rookie receivers.
Steelers
I get you're a scorned ex-wife. I
Not
get
even
it.
that. It's just I saw it. I saw it last year, and you guys saw it too. It's just weird. You guys are all of a sudden coming around in this. Like very strange.
I don't think so.
You guys spent 4 months in the NFC, in the regular season saying how shitty Aaron Rodgers was.
because it's
And all of a sudden he's a free agent. You guys are like, it's pretty good. It's not.
I think if he goes in the right situation, that's
Absolutely.
perfect. Like
Yes.
I'm not saying if he goes to the Raiders, I don't think he'll be good. No, but I think if he goes to the Steelers, I think he'll be good. If he goes to the Giants, I think he'll have a good. It'll be all right with Malik Nabers. That's it.
That's what this is. I think you guys are trying to sell yourself.
No, I don't
Casey
know.
Ginnings up on your team.
I don't think he's a good. I don't think it's a great fit for us. For the
No,
Giants.
obviously, that's not what we're talking about, though. I don't think he is either. I don't give a fuck if he goes to the Giants. It doesn't do us any good. The Steelers, though, Rico,
Yeah.
it's
Steelers gives them a shot to be good. But like I said, the AFC is a logjam of really, really good quarterbacks. And I don't think, even if he's good, I don't think you can run. I know that's all right. You shouldn't just pack up and be like, well, I can't beat Lamar, Allen, and Mahomes 3 in a row, so I'm not going to try. He should 100% try. But I do think the AFC is so difficult that you're not going to get through there.
They're
Like,
getting
if I was
better.
him, I would try
though.
to go to the NFC.
They're getting better. The Steelers are getting
Yeah, they-
better. Like, what?
All right,
What
but-
do you? Would you rather go to the? Would you rather him go to who in the NFC?
Honestly, the best situation for him in the
Vikings?
NFC would be the Vikings for sure.
Yeah, like
Without question.
if he can't go to the Vikings, where's he going to go?
I don't know. I have no
Literally,
idea.
in the NFC, it'd be the Giants.
That's what I'm
it.
saying.
Yeah,
So
right.
it's
There's
like
not a lot of suitors in the
there's-
NFC. I mean, go through them. So, Cowboys no, Eagles no, Washington
we
no.
don't have to go through
You're going-
every
that's
single
gonna
one.
take too long.
Why are you going through every one?
All the teams like we just
name
said
the
them.
fucking team.
We just said it. What do you
Hey,
think?
all right, maybe there's one we fucking missed.
Oh, we're gonna name every team here. Might as well go through the schedule.
Teams in the NFC. All right, we could have
That's
listed.
all I've thought about for a month.
I know.
There's
I
no
know.
other teams.
It's
All right.
it's and then he's got the Seahawks. He's got the Steelers. He's got the Raiders. He's
No, the Raiders, they traded for
Raiders.
Gino.
Gino, yeah, Gino there now. So it's Seahawks.
Seahawks, Vikings, Giants, Steelers. Maybe like the outside Titans. I don't see that. They're going to draft the quarterback. I mean,
That'd be stupid for, and he wouldn't.
yeah,
go
I
there.
mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, those four are the only two.
But what I'm saying is,
logically.
and Clever,
You say outside Minnesota, or they're sticking with JJ.
So is, no, I think Minnesota's
but
definitely on the
they're-
table.
I think they're good. I think they're more likely to go like the Daniel Jones route and kind of be like,
I think
You're right.
100%.
McCarthy's the guy, but like we have this other guy who's
Yeah.
sort of here.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of
I
sense.
think Vikings are definitely locked into JJ and
Me too.
Daniel Jones.
And obviously, O'Connell likes Jones clearly.
Yeah.
You see something in him.
Oh God, if they,
I like O'Connell. I think O'Connell's a great coach. I
He's
mean,
good with the Vikings.
I root for him.
Same. You root for him. Root for him.
You wouldn't root for him?
Why wouldn't you root for him? What are you doing?
he's brought so much pain to my life. Like since Daniel Jones is.
We don't gotta go to Daniel Jones.
I don't care that you're like butt buddies with him on the outside.
butt buddies. What I'm friends. with
Honestly,
them?
the fact that you're like the fact that
You're butt buddies with people too, and you fucking suck their dick all the time.
No.
You suck so much dick, it's crazy too.
Who?
What do you mean
Who?
Every Ohio State player is the best player you've ever seen.
But that's the difference, though. Like these are guys that have brought like actual happiness to my life.
No, they haven't. Besides this year, they have not at all. They brought pain to your life.
We go like they win 10, 11 games over. They win 90% of their games.
And lose the biggest one until this year.
Like 3 times.
Doesn't matter. We'll have a suck a dick
Daniel
contest.
Jones has brought nothing but misery and pain into my life since he's came into it.
Yeah, the playoff.
You had a playoff win that you liked him.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was a fun week.
It was a fun day. The day was fun.
Other things though, who do we think is
should
going
never let
to-
friendship skew your opinion of how guys do on and off.
Yeah,
I agree, Bosco. I agree.
true.
Yeah, on court success should never like hinder like what happens off the court either.
No.
Agreed.
What other?
I mentioned how great of a job Alan Huss is doing at High Point.
That's so sad.
He is.
So sad. What do we think about Cooper Kupp and Devontae Adams? They let go of Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Who's the-
or they haven't yet, but they're going to.
They're going to. They've already said they're like moving on.
Cut him or trade him.
And then they signed Devontae for $28 million a year.
No, it was 2 years, 46, like 28 guaranteed.
So 20.
23, I guess, in theory, yeah.
Million? That's a lot of money for Devontae Adams, who looked like he was going out of the league. Not out of the league, but he didn't look good.
Chris
I think
Godwin
he
also
did,
just
but I don't think he looked.
Where do you
Godwin signed?
with the Bucks.
Godwin,
Oh, really?
Godwin
3
just
years,
did?
$66 million. So not what I thought.
That's, see, to me,
See, I'm not a GM.
that's so.
Everyone know Dukes is not a GM.
I
Not
don't.
a
I hate
GM.
when
Also, the Bucks signed Hassan Reddick.
Oh.
That's way too much money for Godwin, in my opinion. I think that Godwin's not worth that kind of money. Like, Kim Adams is way better. I know he's a little older, but I think Adams can still ball.
I don't know. I mean, I
Isn't
don't
it weird?
know.
So he's on the Raiders, who have the worst quarterbacks ever. He goes mid-year. Rodgers, he's okay with Rodgers.
Okay.
But, I mean, they're like, there's a weird situation with the Jets. Like, I think he's still, listen, you put him in a spot where full season with McVay, Stafford, I like the end.
I don't hate
And
the
Puka,
move.
I like that.
I'm not
love
saying
the
I hate the
Rams.
move. I'm saying more of like, is Cooper Kupp is like, I almost thought it was the same thing.
I think Adams is still way better.
Oh, Adam's better than Cup now.
I know he's better, but it's like
Also
older guy.
way more
like-
durable. He's always been a better player outside of that. Like,
1 year.
Cup had obviously phenomenally. He had a nice little run, but that year was one of the best ever of a receiver. But I think Adams is a way better player.
Is there anyone else we're really waiting to see where they go? Everyone keeps saying Micah Parsons is going to get traded.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either. Oh, we also the funniest thing is the best is when players ask for a trade and then sign for Myles Garrett.
That was so funny.
I want to request a trade, then get the most money ever.
But not just request a trade. Make a public statement like
Statement.
thank you.
Hey.
This organization's a fucking loser.
Yep.
They'll never win here. I'm not sitting through a rebuild, and we'll give you another $5 million a year. All right, fuck it.
It sounds good.
We'll give you $50 million in new money. Rebuild sounds good. We'll rebuild.
It's the equivalent of the girlfriend moving her shit to a new, moving out to a new place, and then you showing up at the new place and being like, "Will you marry me?"
Yeah, basically, yeah.
She's ecstatic about the ring.
Yeah, exactly. Like I love it. I'm
the
all
ring.
in, back in. It's like what?
Yeah.
Really funny. Good for him.
Was there any other free agents? That
I
we
think
missed?
the Geno trade is significant.
Oh yeah, Geno to the
I
Raiders.
just want to talk about that.
Very significant.
You said you like him more than me.
I think he's
don't-
underrated a little bit.
I think that the Raiders just got another like obviously better than what they've had, but like what's the difference between him and Derek Carr when he was there?
I think significant, in my opinion.
Significant?
I do.
Oh, I don't think so.
I think Geno's actually
What
pretty
do you
good.
guys think? I don't.
What is
think
this? I don't.
significant.
What's the plan here?
Yeah, I think
Like
it just
what I'm
puts you.
saying.
I think
I think it
it
puts him in the same.
puts you in the
Zero.
middle of the road.
4-13
Yeah.
last year,
which is weird.
So now they're gonna go what?
7 and
11,
yeah, the
7
worst.
and
They'll
10.
be in the worst spot.
That sucks. That's worse.
With Pete Carroll, though, I think it's
I
like,
want to buy in. I want to.
a new
I want. I want to buy in on the Raiders.
with Pete Carroll, I could like
New
make
coach.
it a
I'd say Super Bowl,
playoff team,
but-
maybe.
They have who?
I don't think so though. Not in that AFC.
Brock Bowers is was
the
really,
path?
is
Star.
really good.
Unbelievable player.
Star.
Who is the wide receivers though? Myers.
Myers is not. But
They're
also,
trade him though, aren't they?
see. I think they're a team look out for them free. I'm curious free agency. Give it 2 weeks and let's see.
Well, right now they signed Max Crosby long term, which they're all good with.
And they signed. I think the thing that they didn't get to see really come to fruition was they gave Wilkins the big money last year. He gets hurt. That's a dominant D line with the two of them. I'm a huge Pete Carroll guy. I just think he's a great coach. I just think he's
He's a very good coach, but I just don't. You can't what is the path to the playoffs in the AFC?
None right now.
Win games.
I think none right now.
I think they.
But how? But
I think they can make the playoffs.
what
I don't.
right now? This team right this second.
I believe in what they're what they're doing.
No anything could happen.
No, we know. You're talking like Meek.
But
Did.
it's there did not
I mean,
get.
I'm also not saying sell.
They got
everything.
two games bet. Like they did sell their wide receivers. No wide receivers. Myers is not
As of now,
That's what I'm saying. We said as of now. You said they make the playoffs.
I think they can. I think if they make I don't think they need the craziest receiving core. They really just need to upgrade the defense. They need Crosby and Wilkins healthy.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
right now they don't
the things
know.
you're talking about, Crosby didn't play the last half of the year. They didn't have Wilkins most of the year. I think these are cornerstone pieces of their team that if they're healthy, I think things can look much differently very fast. I think with Geno, whatever you think about Geno, massive otherworldly upgrade from the dog shit they had last year.
We're all upgrades from whatever they had last year.
I guess I'm saying I think Geno's underrated. I think he's a solid quarterback. He's actually been he led the league in passing yards. I think last year he's one of the more accurate quarterbacks in the league. I think there's something there. I think they're just going to all of a sudden be Super Bowl contender. Of course not. But
he
I think
also
they can
went
make
from-
the playoffs. I think the coach massive talk about upgrade from Antonio Pierce to Pete Carroll.
No, it's definitely. I just
Those
don't.
are enormous upgrades
but-
in big
but
spots.
That's what's interesting is I feel like everybody liked Antonio Pierce for a period of time too.
He was the great intern.
was getting
He was a
guys
great-
going.
Josh
great-
McDaniels.
Great
Everyone
intern,
loves
bad
him.
real.
Everyone loves an
McDaniels.
intern.
But there was a lot of all right, he's the guy now. I think it's going to be okay out there. That's not crazy. I do.
No, Crosby.
everyone-
There's a
fought-
lot of buzz.
Max Crosby fought incredibly hard for him to get the
Right.
job. Clearly, that was a mistake, but he did.
But
They
also,
did.
what they give him? It was 1 year, right?
Yeah, he was coach for 1 year.
Coaching for getting fired after 1 year, you have to be awful inside as well because that's crazy.
9-17 with the Raiders.
He was hard. His in-game management was horrendous.
Yeah, it was bad.
Clock management and decision making and those things. I thought he was awful.
Listen, I think the Raiders got better, but I don't think they're a playoff team yet. If
I'm with you, Marty.
Obviously, if they get better on both sides of the ball, that's what I'm saying. I don't even think Max Crosby is absolutely incredible. I know that. I still think they have some holes in the defense. I don't even think they're good on one side of the ball and have some holes. I think they obviously got better with Geno. And I just don't see it yet. They obviously have more room. They have money to go. No.
Yeah, they got money. That's I guess I see the vision with Pete Carroll. I see
You
the
don't think
vision.
Pete Carroll could make them like the Chargers of last year?
I just don't. I think Justin Herbert's way better than Geno Smith. Where it's I think that's
hates it.
and I don't like Herbert.
I think I'm just betting. I would just bet on Pete Carroll.
you guys seem
I
to
don't
both
think-
on.
I don't think
you
so.
both seem to
I'm
go.
not
You're
saying-
big on Pete Carroll.
Yeah,
am.
I'm not. I don't even think they'll make. I'm not even saying they'll make the playoffs. I'm just betting on Pete Carroll in general.
Like
I
the
think they'll
playoffs,
work out.
you have 3 wildcard teams, right?
Yeah.
Steelers, Bengals, likely to get 2 of them, potentially. More than the Raiders.
Definitely.
We're not okay with that. The Dolphins, are they better? Are the Chargers better? The Broncos better?
I close my eyes and I
It
see
gets
them. in
tough for
hunt.
it gets tough for the Raiders to get there.
Yeah, that's the math I was trying to do. How
I
many
don't see
actual wild card spots are there, barring disasters?
One.
So you got to figure Bills.
Bills, Ravens,
All right, let's do it
Texans,
this
and
way.
Chiefs are in.
Bills for sure. Ravens essentially for sure.
Texans.
That stupid division, South Division for sure, and Chiefs for sure.
Yep.
So now you're sitting on 3.
Yep.
And that's without the Steelers, the Bengals, the Dolphins,
the Chargers, the Broncos.
the Broncos, and there you go. So I
tough.
just think it's very hard.
That's why I don't understand the trade.
to overlap.
I
what
don't
they're
think
gonna do.
I don't think it's the craziest
hate the
thing for them to be
trade.
top 3 of
those second teams you said.
Well,
I don't think that's the most
I want to push
far-fetched
back
thing.
on that though. I understand the trade. The trade, they got better with the trade. Who is their quarterback going to be?
Good.
They
Then
obviously just didn't
I'd
have-
rather be terrible than be 7-10 or 6-11.
But Pete Carroll doesn't have so many years.
I was
left.
like, you
He's
just hired a new
Yeah.
head coach.
I don't get the hiring either. Honestly, I don't get the whole thing. I think it's Tom Brady wanted to put lipstick on a pig.
I think Pete Carroll's a good hire.
No, I like for a different team, not for this team.
Yeah, but also Pete Carroll could just build your culture up, set you up nicely.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I disagree. I just feel like they had no quarterback. Now they have I'm not a fan of him, but he is showing that he's getting $40 million a year, no?
He does.
I like Geno Smith.
The market he deserves it. He really has been I really think he's been underrated the last few years. He's accurate.
But
They throw
underrated
the
in
ball
a
a
way
ton,
where it's they should have been better. I feel like the Seahawks. That's the only thing.
But I don't think that. But I don't think it's been because of his doing.
No, I'm not
that.
saying
I don't.
just
I don't think
him.
he's held them back. I guess is my point.
Yeah,
I think he's played solid ball.
28-24 with Seattle.
But I don't think
Been
that's
okay.
Yeah, he's been okay. But I also even think he's been pretty good.
It's a good debate because
It's funny because when the trade happened, I looked on in some of the deeper stuff. He really is one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL. It was surprising, honestly.
He got the leading completion percentage a couple of years ago. He was even better last year, 70%.
He's been
I think he's pretty
been
good.
very accurate. I think he's a guy you trust. He's a guy you can trust. Listen, I hear the point. I hear Clemmer's point of I'd rather be 0 than 7-10 or whatever. Totally get that. But kind of going up what Duke said too. You hired a new coach. Pete Carroll's not coming in here to tank.
No.
Yeah.
Obviously they're going to try to get better. They're going to try to fix this thing however they can. And yeah, I'll buy in on Pete Carroll. But
Go with me. Anyone else in the NFL we got to talk about?
I don't think what happened. Anything else big for it?
The
They're all kinda
Bears
co-
just signed the Falcons center, so now they've rebuilt their
Dude,
offensive
they've
line.
done it. What a great job, though. I guess we'll see how it falls.
See how
But
it goes because everyone thought they were going to be good last year. But they did get better this
But
offseason.
this time, I think this time they've actually done it. They've focused on the right things.
The offensive line.
Just straight two guard.
They made that
two,
trade
good guard, elite guard, another really good guard, and now the best center on the market.
Listen, he's got a year under him now. It's got to see how he is second year.
Got to
That's
protect him
where
up the middle. If you can't protect him up the middle, you got nothing.
He needs to throw the ball earlier.
That 100% is true.
There's wins to be had too. I don't see Detroit and Minnesota combining to go 27-5, 29-5 next year.
Can I actually,
That's hard to do.
actually going off,
Lions could do
I was
it,
going to say this too with the Adams thing. I really think the Rams have a very good shot to be the second best team in the NFC.
Oh, yeah. I mean, dude.
But even over the line, I really think I love the Tay Adams move. I just love how the defense has improved. I believe in McVay in this front office.
Isn't their defense like really young too?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I believe in them to evolve and to continue to draft well like they have. I think they're a team I would absolutely buy stock in. Like I said, I think Tay Adams is like a perfect fit for what they want to do right now.
You got to figure Seattle's gonna be worse, right? Can the Niners bounce back? And then where's Arizona? So there might be some,
Niners are like.
maybe the Rams can.
Niners
Maybe
are better, but
The Eagles are clearly the best team. I really think like the Rams could surpass like the Commanders or the Lions. Like I really think they could be one of like the number.
who else would you pick to win the West? Maybe the Niners.
Rams are the best team.
Rams the best team, right?
Niners, I think, have the best shot to bounce back. Obviously, Seattle's cooked this year at least.
And do you believe in Arizona? I don't.
No.
No, not really. I think they'll be okay.
They're getting better though. Like they were there last year.
I think they're just kind of like a middle of the road. They're a solid team, but that's about it.
Unless they make a move, yeah.
Breaking. Alex Earl is moving to Houston.
Whoa. Braxton Berrios, Texan?
Braxton Berrios.
Congrats.
Braxton Berrios, Texans.
Congrats, Mr. Earl.
Alex Earl.
How much did he get?
$2 million.
$2 million?
It's the most Braxton Berrios deal I've ever heard.
He's the most Texan also.
Right. Like a shitty Patriot.
Yeah, it's just like he'll.
What are the Patriots gonna do? They got all this cap money. You guys haven't done anything yet, have you?
I think we're about to announce a shit ton.
All right.
That's what rumors, but
That's what I read this morning too.
yeah.
Who are they? Like, they got to be looking at
Every
receivers
team's
now.
about it.
Yeah,
Who are they
I
going
The
to?
Pats have all this cap money. They have so much.
The Giants.
There's
I
no
don't
good.
know.
There's no good receivers.
I think they're trying to I think they might be trying to build their like offensive line through free agency and then get like a wide receiver through the trade market and like draft. I don't know. We got
Yeah,
Harold
listen.
Landry from like.
Oh, yeah, that was a good signing. I forgot
That was a
about
good
him.
signing.
Let's give our punter $10 million. That's all we've done. And signed Tommy DeVito.
Yeah.
And the
right.
Giants have
The
some.
One
DeVito
quarterback.
thing is so fucking stupid.
Awesome.
No, but what do you,
But I guess you.
None of the money's guaranteed.
I've never
He's
heard
getting paid $0.
complaining about a 1 year $1 million contract non-guaranteed.
Not
in dollars.
We could pay him $400,000 next year.
I guess you do need a quarterback on the roster. So like, I
That's what I'm
don't.
saying. He's our third string.
The problem. I wonder if what if he turns into
He
the
signed
first?
Drew Lock for $5 million last year.
Yeah.
For
Is
1
it possible to sign two guys worse than him, and then DeVito's
No,
the starter?
there's no worse quarterback than Tommy DeVito. He's the worst quarterback.
It's gonna be gross. It's gonna be Rodgers or Russell Wilson, and then they're gonna draft one at some point in the draft, whether it's first or
No, you know it's going to be
mid-rounds.
You know who it's going to be.
Russell Wilson is my nightmare, and that's what's gonna happen.
We can't hide. We can't have.
Statistically, he wasn't that terrible.
No, he.
I know.
Fool's
But if you
gold.
have statistics
Fool's
back to
gold.
Aaron Rodgers too, where
Fool's
he wasn't
gold.
that bad either.
I know.
Fool's
I know.
gold.
I know.
But what the Giants are going to do, and I don't want to do it, is that I saw Orlovsky say it or whatever. I think it was him, but I feel like it's going to be Jalen Milroe and then a veteran.
If we draft Jalen Milroe,
I'll be upset.
you want to see me crash out for real? If we waste the top like three round draft pick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was going to say not draft him the third
No.
overall or second overall.
I would not
third
draft. I wouldn't draft Milroe to be a quarterback in like the 5th round. He is such a bad thrower. There's no the promise that everyone's saying it's
What about
not.
Jackson Dart in the second round?
That I can get behind.
I don't think that's. I think he's gonna go for
he's
that.
gonna go-
That I can if they sign Rodgers and then drafted Dart 34th overall. I'd be like, okay, I can get behind.
What about
behind that.
Travis Hunter and then we like either trade up for Jackson Dart.
I could get behind it. If that
That's
I
something I
could
can
get
get
behind. I'd be like, okay, like this is the guy.
can get
We're gonna take a
behind
shot
that.
at this guy.
100%.
I can get behind that.
Von Kindle out of the Commanders.
He's actually a good player.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a little college basketball. Rico, give us how we feeling.
What a weekend for Bosco.
Let's go.
Yeah, we got at least 2 friends of the program already in the tournament.
That's who you start off with. Got it.
But it was an
No
unbelievable.
one cares, so keep going about the team that they care about.
Alabama looked great. I think it's, Liam today we did something and Liam was like asking questions too. Like, it's weird to me because we did lose to Tennessee, But you really kind of beat them also. So the narrative would change.
No, you didn't.
I know.
you
On the scoreboard, we lost.
No, you lost everywhere.
It's a miracle for us to lose. But I think the narrative does change if we hold on to that Tennessee game. Now people are like, then what are they saying about Alabama? You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. You take that loss. That's how it works. It could affect you out of the 1 seed. But I thought they had listen, Florida kind of gave it to us. That game was not as close as 5 points. Let's call a spade a spade. But they went and beat Auburn on a very important day. So I've said it. They can play with anybody. I think a lot of people are like, oh, Bama's back. I don't think Bama ever left. They had 2 really tough losses, 2 1 seeds, Elite 8, Final Four type games. That's what you get in the SEC.
Mizzou was a bad loss.
Mizzou's still like good.
I don't think
they're
Mizzou's
still
that
good. Yeah, I mean, giving up 110 was a horrible game.
Yeah.
It was a horrible game. I think in a course of 30 games in a regular season, you're going to have one really, really bad game. So, like, that's the one where
You had other bad games.
No. Purdue, like, they just beat us. Purdue's good. Oregon beat us by 2 or whatever it was at the buzzer. Ole Miss, bad shooting effort, lost by like 10. But Ole Miss is a good good team. None of these teams are not in the tournament.
Yeah, but these
Not one. And then the SEC, you're playing fucking Elite 8 games 3 in a row. They played Final Four 3 games in a row. It's unheard of.
But you see saying Final Four. It's like
Tennessee, Florida, and Auburn are all Final Four good, and they played them in a
Final
7
Four
day span.
good. Yeah, but like, I mean, I feel like this is what happens like with like even like the Big 12 has been so good, right? Like in these past years, they've been like the SEC where we were like 10 teams where, and you're not wrong. The SEC is by far it's not even close the best conference, but it's almost like, do you believe that these teams are going to do it again? Like Big 12, they didn't do it for a long time. Not a long time, but they didn't do it for like when they were.
They just won it, what, 3 years ago?
Yeah, Kansas won it.
Well, they won the one before UConn.
Baylor won in 2021.
Baylor won Baylor, Kansas, and then
But it was like
UConn.
when they were really like UConn, like the past 2 years, or was it when Big 12 was like holy shit good, and we're like it's a gauntlet every night.
Well, the thing is, the Big 12 almost went. I could be messing up the years. The Big 12 almost go 3 in a row because of Texas Tech in was that 19?
Yeah,
that was
And then 2020 got canceled.
Yes.
No, so Texas Tech loses in a final, then Baylor wins in 2021, and Kansas wins in 2022.
Yep.
So, yeah, the Big 12 had a stranglehold. I think the Big 12 is still a very deep league. But, yeah, the SEC is like you've never seen before. 13 teams deep. Every night is a fucking is a gauntlet.
Does that loss knock Auburn out of potential 1 seed or no?
No, they're
No,
definitely one seed.
there's a little flirting.
They're still locked into a 1 seed?
Yes.
Yeah,
They unless even if
they
they
could
lose
forfeit in the
first
SEC
game,
tournament and still make it.
They're what?
But
I think there's 3 1 seeds
There's a-
no matter what. I think there's one team that can get.
Who are the 3?
I think it's Duke, Auburn, and Houston, and I think that it's Alabama. It's St. John's can definitely still do
Florida.
it. You don't think St. John's can win it
I think they could be a 1. I
if
do
they
not
win
think
the
they-
Big East?
If they get to the Big East, I don't think they. Depending on what happens in the SEC quarters, I don't think they have enough quad 1 wins to jump that many teams.
They're higher. They're going to be higher than they're going to be number 5 seed.
I do like also that you're like saying like we didn't really lose to Tennessee, but then you'll just keep bringing up that St. John's lost to Baylor when it was literally like everyone
But
watching.
also,
it was like,
you know
they were
why?
rigged.
The funny thing is, the reason they lost to Alabama in that game, like Nate Oates just like did not coach well at the end of that
I've
game.
never
Not a
seen
great 30 seconds.
I've never seen a team lose a game more straight up than Alabama versus Tennessee.
He had 2
Like,
timeouts.
you could make the argument like Tennessee didn't win that game, but you cannot say Alabama didn't lose that game.
No, we lost it.
Right,
We
like,
definitely lost.
the
it.
coaching
We
and
lost it.
everything
Yeah,
lost
we
in
lost
that
it.
game.
We lost it.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't
Right, you know
call
what
a
I'm saying? It
timeout
wasn't
there.
like Tennessee stole
Is
one.
that no? But seriously, I know I'm not even fucking around with you. Like, why didn't? Like, what was your reasoning?
I don't know. I think
I get what
in the
he's
moment,
saying.
I also think it gets to 5
What'd he
quicker than
say?
you think.
I just get what he's saying where he's like, if
Oh no,
Alabama
Rico,
didn't-
you're saying no. I'm saying why. I thought Nate Oates said something about why not calling a timeout there in Tennessee.
No, he said they should have. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, he did say that.
Yeah, he said that the last 30 seconds there were a variety of different things that were on the coaching staff making adjustments. He took ownership of it. They subbed out Cliff, and then Jaron Stevenson got beat on that rebound that allowed the foul. There was a variety of different things. Probably covering that guy a little closer. There was, about three or four different things that he said. Yeah, but Tennessee needed all that to pull that game out. Granted, we lost, but they needed a miracle to beat us. So
They just need a miracle.
Yeah.
You were down. They were down 5 with 20
4
seconds.
with 36 seconds left.
No, I mean, that's.
Yeah, but the miracle's like they were.
I mean,
Tennessee could be a 1 seed if they win the SEC.
Right.
I just think that the
if Tennessee, Bama, or Florida, if any of them win the SEC, they're probably the fourth one. I think.
I agree. If Alabama wins
Bama by beating Auburn play themselves back into that group.
Right.
If they lost, I think Bama couldn't have.
because Florida, Alabama,
The way the bracket's also lining up is Bama and Florida potentially in the SEC semis.
That's what I'm saying. Like Bama could avenge that loss.
Yes.
but if
And they do
Bama
that, then they
loses
could be
in
one.
the SEC, if say Ole Miss or say
Well, they line up with Kentucky.
say Kentucky wins it, St. John's is a 1 seed if they win it. If they win it, oh, definitely.
I just think a team like Florida, they still would probably stick over 'em.
Just FYI for the record, all the St. John's
close.
trolls that I'm in the threads with, they even said St. John's can't get a 1 seed. It's coming from their own mouths.
outside chance.
Why am I
Coming from their own mouths.
I'm not listening to the St. John's trolls. They're
Well,
4
they're St.
losses.
John's fans.
I
They're
don't
not
care.
trolls.
They're
fans.
they know they can. Like, it's because it's hard, obviously, because you think Alabama, or Florida, or Tennessee's going to win the SEC.
What if the committee just gives them that Baylor win?
But I'm just saying, like we
not even kidding.
talked about hypothetically if they won at Marquette. That was a huge
Lenardi did a
win.
Q&A today, and the 3 guys weigh in. It's like, who can get the 1 seed? St. John's, from my record, of what I read, not in any of those conversations.
because it's obviously an outside chance when you have all those teams in the SEC. That
By the way, if St. Joe's had St. John's resume, they'd be a 1 seed.
Right.
On the
Lenardi
list,
would have
yeah,
had that.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm just saying, there's obviously a tougher thing, but St. John's gonna be a 2.
Yeah, there'll be a 2.
And I think I think Florida's going to be the other one. What do you guys think?
I think Florida's most likely to.
Florida has the inside track.
Definitely does.
Like if they make like the SEC final, I think they should be good for the 1 seed.
Yeah. If they beat Bama in that's
That's what I'm saying. Like the winner of that game will be in a
Yeah,
good
it's a
spot.
play.
Do you
I think that's
Houston
playing
could
for the
jump
4th.
Auburn just as like the overall seed.
Oh.
I don't think so.
Their only thing I've heard about that is
number 1 overall.
yeah.
Like no,
That's like the 2 overall, I guess.
right. Like yeah,
Because Duke is number 1 overall, right?
yeah, they have to be.
They have to be. They're so.
But I'm saying if
goddamn good.
Houston was 2 overall,
They're
could
talking about
Like,
yeah.
Houston
talking
Yeah,
has
about
no, I
one-
think Houston can.
Houston only has 1 loss in Big 12 play.
If Auburn
in
loses their
in
first
overtime.
game, yeah, I think they definitely can.
Because when's the last time they lost in regulation? Houston has 4 losses this year. 1 is to Auburn, granted, but 3 of the games came in overtime.
Yeah. No,
They've
Houston's
only lost
really
1
good.
game, not in overtime. That's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah. Are you happy that I told you about Duke this year?
Oh, Duke's been great.
One of the best. That's a good friend right there.
Duke's been great.
Yeah, literally. Did you
Fun to
watch
watch.
that game that no one cared about? The UNC Duke game that no one cared about? People said, check the ratings. People
We had
cared
storm
about it.
chasers there waiting for a storm. It never happened.
Yeah, of course it wasn't going to happen there. I mean,
That's a tough one for them.
I mean, it was a close game at half. I mean, they gave it a good shot.
That's sad. That's what people are doing now.
That's what I'm doing.
Duke fucking covers every game.
Did they get one yesterday, the Storm Chasers?
No,
I know they
went
were-
0-5.
Seriously though, are you watching Duke at all?
Yeah, they're very good.
They're the best team in the country. I think I think it's not by far, but you don't think so? You gave me a little head.
No, I think there's a case. What people are saying is Duke can slide Auburn now for the 1 overall.
They have to.
I think they have to. They're also
Yeah,
like
but
the
Auburn's
wins.
fucking got 15 quad 1 wins.
Dude, it's the margin.
I know they lost head to head, but
That's a big thing.
yeah.
Losing head to head, I know is at Duke, but like it's a big thing, and like the winning margin is. You can say how bad a conference is. The winning margins they're winning by are like. I think the average is like
I am very
21.
excited
Well, let's
for
face
Duke
it
in the
though,
tournament.
the 1 overall doesn't mean all that much because they do plug and play the 2s based on location.
Doesn't 1 mean they're going? But the Duke will be in the East, right?
They're going to be in the East regardless.
Yeah.
My
They're going to be in the East
goodness.
regardless.
Disgusting.
That was one of the grossest things.
That might have been one of the
Show.
grossest things in my ear. Yeah, I don't think it happens much.
That was
Happens.
incredible.
I don't think it's happened to any other show.
It happens. They're going to be in the East regardless. They're going to be in the East regardless.
Yeah, but usually the number 1 overall gets a better draw. No?
Yeah, but the 1 overall gets a better draw, but they don't always get. If it was a true format seed list, 1 would play 8, who's the 8 would be the 4th 2. They're not guaranteed to get the 4th 2. They do things based off of geography. You know what I mean? Like it's not all perfect. What exactly is Phil doing back there?
Well, now we have to wait.
Yeah,
'cause-
A lot of free agency news.
Steelers are closing in on Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I
love
was
that.
trying to pull it up on the screen, but
I
Twitter's
love that.
down.
Well, I was just gonna say Schefter just said that Fields said that told the Steelers, "I'm not gonna sign if you don't tell me I'm QB1."
Welcome to New York. I'm excited for Justin Fields.
Fields and Jets is a nice move. As a Fields guy,
Sounds like a
I don't love it because
Why does it sound like a disaster? Mark?
that sounds like
anything just starts with
absolute-
Jets.
Anything
it's
Jets is
disaster.
disaster.
No,
for Jesse. I'm
no.
worried for
the
Jesse.
Jets. The Jets don't need a like. He's still a little bit of a project.
Yes,
It's
we
not
need-
like
that's
you
what we
need.
need.
No, you don't need a project.
Yes, we do.
No, you definitely
do.
don't. You need someone that's like is ready to go.
Aaron
But
Rodgers?
the
That
Jets,
worked out well.
the Jets aren't like I don't know if they'll win now. Like I don't.
No, we're not.
They'll never win now.
no.
They could have.
They thought they were the last 2
can-
years.
yeah.
The last 2
We're
years
not.
they thought they
They
were.
can
telling
have
you
the
right now we're
Eagles
not.
roster. I don't think
I, but I don't.
win
I
now.
actually think I'm saying I would take the Jets just being like a joke out of it.
Yes.
I think actually the match for both of them makes sense.
So too. I actually like what this GM.
He's young. Like Fields is still young.
Oh, I
What's he? 26.
No, it's really
Like, he's
really
young-
not about the.
young quarterback.
It's just more
Like I think there's still a lot of. I think there's potential for his best football is ahead of him.
And he won't. He's
A
not
lot
gonna.
of
It's not
potential.
gonna be a max contract.
No, it'd be like a 2-year, like 20 million,
So
something
like,
like that.
he's
Like
not gonna kill your cap.
it's not crazy at all.
I am here. I've been a Justin Fields guy for a while, but I am
that's
here
a-
for this.
Your
I
number
think
one receiver
that's
wants out.
Well, maybe he'll be excited.
yeah,
Maybe
you want-
Justin talks to him.
Yeah, but your number one receiver
Ohio
is a
State.
guy you played very well with together in college. They good buddies.
Friends.
Bang.
I think something that I think
You
it's
just got banged.
I get banged.
You got banged.
How?
You got bang.
How?
also
Garrett Wilson is
also
not
we're talking as if Justin Fields has been signed by the Jets.
Yeah. I just don't think Justin Fields.
Let me have my little things.
He doesn't do anything for the Jets. He doesn't
does.
do
Garrett
anything.
Wilson.
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
What a connection those two
You don't
have.
think Garrett Wilson stays if Justin Fields?
He could. It doesn't
You're
matter
gonna be
if he
regretting
stays.
this negative.
Garrett Wilson does. Garrett Wilson can. It doesn't matter.
Well,
He still stinks.
Just
Justin
say-
Fields has aura.
He does. Thank you, Meek.
He does have aura.
Thank you.
That's
Better
true.
aura.
He does have aura.
Thank
Care about Orr.
Thank you, Meek.
I do.
no,
I do like Justin Fields a lot. though.
No. Your quarterback, it might be the one position where aura is like a real thing. I might argue that that's real.
Jalen Hurts does. Everyone. He doesn't have aura.
But I think he has locker room aura.
I think he has impeccable aura.
He's just no emotions. He's
I will
"Oh,
say-
I don't know tie or actually might say less emotional is more aura.
Oh wow.
no.
It depends. Aura is something you can't
No.
like.
Does Mahomes have aura?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Definitely. But like LeBron,
His greatness is his aura.
LeBron's got emotions.
Auras can come in
It's
many
aura.
different packages. I don't think there's a quantifiable thing of like this is aura. I think it can come in many different ways.
Can't believe this
He
is
doesn't
a
have
real
top 5
conversation.
aura.
I love
gotta
it.
move on.
I love aura conversations.
We gotta move on from aura
I
conversation.
do want to talk about the Yankees a little bit because you guys are in just shambles. It's a complete disaster. I mean, I just want to talk about that.
What do we? They all got hurt. What am I
I know.
supposed to say?
I kind of where are you at right now with this team? What do you think?
We're still the top of the AL.
What was the stat? 51 and 24
We
without
are.
Garrett Cole.
How are we not?
No, I mean,
Name other teams. I'll tell you.
I mean,
close we are.
I put a bet on DraftKings that is against that, but that's all right.
What is it?
Plummer always wins all his bets.
Yeah, he always does.
Sure, I win more than you guys.
the
do
Mets.
lately.
The Mets
I don't know. This year you don't.
No. Since I joined the show, rather. That's
Yes.
happened.
Oh.
I guess.
You play four corners.
First place I have Orioles. Second place Red Sox is plus 1,300.
yeah, exactly. 1,300
Yeah.
for a reason.
I also took.
Did the Yankees finish in third in that division?
I have under Yankees win total 91.5.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I'm telling you, the Yankees are gonna like. They will.
Garrett Cole's out for the year.
Yeah. We have Max Fried.
Louis Heal's out until July.
Third is a lot.
We have Max Fried.
You have Max Fried? You have no. Who's your DH? Don't have one.
DH.
Yeah, who you gonna have DH?
It's gonna be. I know who it is.
Ben Rice.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's your third baseman?
Oswald Peraza.
Okay.
What?
No, I know. I'm not.
I don't know what you mean.
I
Like,
mean, I'm not trying to quiz you. I'm saying this,
No,
this
I
is a
know.
disaster. I know you know the players are.
not
I mean, like
that
this
much
is
of a
you're
disaster.
fucked.
Like it. We're
Oswald
not
Peraza
that,
is a bad name. That's not a guy who's
not
like,
that fucked.
That's pretty fucked, Marty.
Listen, how do you know we're
Ben
fucked?
Rice is your DH.
The guy played fucking half a year. How do you know he's gonna
He was horrible.
He wasn't horrible.
Last year he
started
was-
off good and then he
He
sucked.
batted 174. I think his on base was
Yeah, listen.
240.
I don't think our pitching is still really good. Where like,
Oh man.
How not?
You're living in delusion right now.
oh my god,
I mean,
how?
are you-
What is?
I mean, you guys got hurt. I
yes,
totally
I know.
I mean,
They're
that
hurt,
sucks.
but our bullpen is still the best in baseball.
Okay.
Okay, and then
I
I
mean,
say
it
something
is.
right, and then you
Very
guys
good.
shut up.
No, you guys are very good.
That's a huge thing.
Like,
Max Fried is an amazing number
Stroman's
one.
your 4-starter.
Clay Holmes is your third. What does it matter?
You have a lineup.
But again, our pitching's still better than your pitching. Overall,
yeah,
yes.
I guess so.
We
Yeah,
definitely
right.
are. Yeah, we
Like
definitely
Fried, we don't
are.
have a guy like Fried.
But our pitching is still like
close.
Clark Schmidt was hurt last year. Clark Schmidt's a good pitcher.
What if he
Pitcher's a
gets
good
hurt
pitcher.
again?
What?
What if he gets hurt again? What if Rodon going to get 30 starts?
He's not wrong. Like,
What if-
he's not wrong.
How are you not wrong? He didn't get hurt.
We haven't seen Schmidt throw 30
You just said
starts in his
Garrett
season.
Cole's career's over.
No, I don't
Sure,
think
he did.
It's cor-
Last week, yesterday, he's like,
I said his Hall of Fame case is probably over.
I disagree with that.
he's
I think
definitely
that's
gonna be in the
crazy.
Hall of Fame.
I don't know.
That's-
What? He'll come back.
Stupid.
He'll come back from it, Phil. Like,
It's a very borderline case.
I mean, he still has years on his contract. Garrett Cole will be pitching for the Yankees in July, August next year. I mean, that's going to happen,
Yes.
and he'll probably be pretty good.
Well,
Yes,
that's not a
push through.
guarantee.
Nothing's
Nothing's a
guaranteed,
guarantee,
Phil.
Phil.
Stop speaking in
What are you
in riddles
stop
like
being
that.
Soto might get hit by lightning tonight.
Yeah, like
what are we
Soto might
talking
not be
about?
good. You never know.
I mean, I'm just being clever. Like, he is old. He's coming off an injury. I mean,
I know, but it's
Won the
Tommy
Cy Young
John, though.
His
2
best
years
days
ago.
could be behind
Won a
him.
Cy Young
His
2
best
years
days
ago.
probably are behind him, but he can still be a good pitcher. It's not black or white. I think the Yankees are in real trouble this year, though. Real trouble.
I
Unless you guys make a move. Another
which
thing.
we are going to make. Like,
Here's
you
the other
don't think the Yankees are going to get somebody?
Jason Dominguez right now is a disaster. He can't play left field.
Put him in DH. He's a fucking hit of home runs. That's all I wanted to do.
Put him in DH, then you get.
Juan Soto's a disaster
So then
in
you're
right
gonna
field.
put
How'd it
Trent-
go?
Trent
It's
Grisham.
fine. He's a disaster in right field. Like, he's really bad in right field.
Dominguez looks horrific.
I'm just telling you, though, like, it doesn't, like, I don't care about their fielding. I truly don't. Like,
Yeah, after
Juan
last year, you
Soto-
don't?
Juan Soto was really bad in right field last year. Like, I don't think you could even
I don't know how you can watch that World Series and say
Did
you
you
don't
see
care
Juan
about
Soto
defense.
miss a fly ball in spring training? It was horrible. That's how he is out there. It's just, as long as you hit well, I don't give a fuck. Am I wrong about that?
I agree. No, like, obviously, I understand the take of, like, fielding definitely was an issue in the World Series. Of
course.
My thing on the Yankees this year, I think when I say fine, like, do I think we'll make the playoffs? Sure. I think
I
Cole
definitely make
I think
don't know.
and also
Definitely
the AL is just weak. So I think, like, they could even still win the AL. I just think they can't beat the Dodgers, but I don't know if they could have anyway. So I don't like.
I think
Buy
I think
lunch
you guys
for a
are really
week.
mitigating
Buy lunch for a week right now.
for what's the deal?
for the
over
playoffs?
90, over 91 in the playoffs.
No, do
Like those
playoffs.
bets.
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
Pick one.
Playoffs.
Playoffs?
Yeah, easy.
I'll do the 91.
Huh?
I'll do the 91.
It needs to be more.
Because
Anyone's like-
That's a
is
their
the,
win
ni-
total.
the 91
Total.
win, the 91 win total is that like with Cole integrated into that he's not going to play.
That's
that
all.
was the line when I bet it on Saturday.
So it didn't.
No, well, people
now,
knew
'cause
on
the
Friday.
let's look at
right
the line.
now is
Yes.
89.5.
there you go. I say no. Cole's going to take a.
It was 91. I bet it 91.5 on Saturday.
That's a good bet. 89.5. I'll do.
All right, fine. For the sake
That's
of-
clean. A clean 90. That's good. A clean 90.
I like
90
that.
wins.
90 wins.
90
I like
wins
that.
is
I
a.
really do think the
90
Yankees
wins
are
is
in
a
real
win for
trouble,
everybody.
and it's only because
I don't just because their pitching will keep them in games no matter what.
their pitching's that good anymore. Because like, is Will Warren? Will Warren's
Like,
look really
you're
good in spring training.
Also,
Could
acting
he
is like
translate that?
Steele is
I
going to
don't know.
come back.
In July.
Yeah. What that happens to every team. July is still a long season.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
He's a nice pitcher. I like him.
He is rookie of the year.
Yeah.
But like Max Fried is a number one. Like we didn't.
I
like,
agree.
It sucks we lost our number one, but we also had a number one in case this happens.
That offense was very weak already. It's only gotten worse because now Dominguez can't play left and Stanton's
being
out for the
hurt
year.
Sucks.
Like that's, I think that unless you guys trade away pieces for like Alcantara or you guys trade away a ton of pieces for somebody, I don't know who that's going to be offensively.
If we get Alcantara,
You could.
World
You
Series,
working with something?
Would you trade Dominguez for him? That's what they're going to want.
I think we could get away with it.
The Yankees farm ranks in the bottom like 6 of
Yeah,
the
you
major
guys-
leagues.
You guys do not have a good farm.
It doesn't matter. That's usually you buy things.
The odds on
Agree.
DraftKings for the
Look at
AL
the
East.
Dodgers. Look at us.
Hey, at least the Yankees probably still way up top, right?
The Yankees are plus 135 to win the AL East. They are the favorite. Orioles are plus 270. The Red Sox are plus 350.
Yeah, because we're
let's
still
go. We're
better than all.
That Red Sox. Keep an
Yep.
eye on that Red Sox.
Yep.
team.
Why? Like I know they got better. They definitely
that's why.
got better.
They went and got Bregman. They got Walker Buehler.
Crochet.
Crochet. Like that's.
O'Shea is the name. Walker Buehler. You
I like
have
Walker
no
Buehler a
idea
lot.
how he's going to be.
You're right, but I like him a lot.
It's like we can't go from these or how these pitchers are going to be. Like Walker Buehler was not like he was awful, and got hurt.
Mush the line alum.
Well, he
Yes.
He had a good playoff.
got hurt, and his September and October were a lot better.
You know how
seemed to have figured it out.
and he figured it out on a team that was unbelievable.
Yeah, but
He didn't have to
against good hitting teams in the
It's a
playoffs.
lot different
good.
though when you have a team that backs you up like that, and when you have an amazing bullpen. The Red Sox bullpen's not the best. Chapman's their closer.
I agree.
I don't know how that's gonna go.
I agree.
You know, like that's where it's like you had a tremendous. He'd pitch 5 innings and he'd be good. Mm-hmm. Red Sox not so much. He's got to go a little deeper there. I don't. I'm not saying it's. They definitely got better. Like they made really good.
The Orioles took a little step back.
They didn't do anything
And they lost Corbin Burns too.
and lost Santander.
Yep. Which is still his 40 home runs.
I know it's
Yeah.
still someone, and it's
Oh.
just they're just relying on their young guys, which who knows?
Watching,
I think the Royal Rookie of the Year, Kobe Mayo, is my pick for Rookie of the Year, plus 1,300, I think, for him. But I like the Orioles. I like the Red Sox more. I just think the Yankees, with those injuries, when you lost Cole, that was just. I think that's just fall to your knees. You're fucked. It's bad.
Also, shout out to Hubs for having the news on Friday.
Yeah, Hubs had it really. early.
Hubs is a very, very, very respected reporter in MLB circles.
Wow, the glazing is crazy.
I mean, I'm just giving him credit.
He's been batting a
No,
thousand.
I give our guys credit. I give Marty credit for facing major league pitching, stepping in the box. I give Ev credit for being a national champion. I give Clemmer credit for being Clemmer.
But you're also a piece of shit
Bosco
online,
credit
Phil.
for being a power broker.
But Phil, you're also a piece of shit online, where you said "damn" to that, where you were like rooting for it.
I said 4 letters. Damn.
That's
but
rooting
these
for
are
like
who
that's
but these are who Mets fans are.
Yeah,
They're-
it's like
No,
a-
that's not
And
fair. I don't.
That's fucked up.
No, Mets fans they prey on Yankees downfall. That's fine.
1,000%.
That's all they've ever had. That's all they've had till like
For a while, that's all we had.
and who knows?
I'll admit it. I said it. I've watched more Yankee playoff games than Met playoff
Yeah.
games.
No,
and this
Same
is
boat.
fact.
Same boat.
And listen,
fact.
the Mets that still might be the case for them. We'll
It
see.
definitely is.
Marty,
Yeah.
when Sean and I
Just
had a
because you
quad
signed Juan
injury,
Soto doesn't mean you just won a World Series.
What did I say about Sean
you had a-
Russell?
you had a
That ain't
big-
how it works.
You had a big smile on your face and said, "Oh, that ain't good."
When?
When Sean and I got hurt, you,
Also,
Hubs, and Tommy,
there's
you were
a
all
di-
smiling, grinning ear to ear.
Because of you,
you were
scumbag.
dancing. You were
Did I
dancing.
tweet anything?
Your head was spinning.
Did I tweet
You were so
anything?
happy, dancing with joy that our players got hurt.
Frank, did I say anything?
No,
Exactly.
I didn't respond to Frank.
Tommy
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Tommy hates the Mets.
Tommy roots for
Tommy
injuries.
also
We know that.
openly roots for injuries.
Yeah.
I do not, because it does suck when it happens.
I think it's clean fun to root for injuries.
I don't think so.
If you root for
I
an
think that's
injury for
fucked
a
up no matter
game
what.
and not a career, I think it's fine.
No.
Like I want you to be out for the game. Your
No,
career. I
but
want
he
you
just
to be
rooted
healthy
for the entire season. The guy being out.
I think it's fucked up.
That's
I think,
yeah, that's fucked up.
I think it's okay.
Oh no, like
For
when
one game.
Oh yes,
Right,
a
right, we're on the same
1,000%.
page. Like, I
when
want you out for
Cryer,
this game.
I think it was Cryer. Who got hurt in Houston?
Shed.
Yeah, I was ecstatic. I hope he's okay for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
I mean, when Otani got injured in the World Series, you guys were kind of happy in that moment.
If you check by the tape, it looks like we went damn.
It was a
I think that was
pretty
what it was.
weird damn.
I think that it came out. You root for injuries a little bit.
No, you root for in the middle of a game and it happens.
Yeah.
You're not rooting for it to happen, but if it
You
does
want to-
happen,
Yeah, I get it.
you're okay.
You don't have to convince me. I'm on the same page.
Yeah, Phil is like he hopes it every day.
Phil roots that the guy can never throw a baseball again.
Yes.
I don't root for that.
Yeah, you do.
He
The
does.
roots that like he can't like be there at like his kid's graduation.
It is what. Yeah, right.
I don't root for that.
Yeah,
Meek doesn't want to play with his kids ever.
1,000%.
He doesn't want little Tommy to go outside in the backyard
no.
and have a catch.
He,
with
yeah, he
him.
doesn't want to be able to play catch with Johnny. his arm to be literally falling off.
All right, let's do picks. Rico.
Are you guys going to say, hey, good job?
Hey, good job.
Good job, Rico.
Turning me on to the Kansas stat, which had absolutely nothing to do with that team. But I said they were going to rally on Senior Day, and they rallied on Senior Day, 30 in a row for Bill Self. Gave it to you all like Tuesday. Nobody's going to be like, hey, good job?
I don't know if you deserve a good job, but thank you.
You were the one
But
here.
I told you I was with you. That's a spot game.
All right.
Like you knew Kansas was gonna be a favorite, unranked, ranked team.
I mean, it wasn't like the craziest
It's a good
bet
bet.
of all time, but it's a good bet. Hey, good
Good
job.
bet, Rico.
I'm
Good
not
job,
gonna
Rico.
say.
Good job, Rico.
I'm not gonna give you a. I'll give you a thank you.
All right, good.
Got sweaty there for a second.
Anyone going to
too.
suck me off
did.
now?
Sweat. I needed it.
Houston Saturday night was criminal.
I had
Did you see
Baylor.
that?
It was a great bet.
I didn't see the end. I wasn't watching it.
I had
They
Baylor.
didn't call an intentional
watching
foul. Houston didn't score for 5 minutes, and then at the end of the game, it could have been a jump, or they ruled it a jump. It should have been a foul. It was fucking horrible. Like Houston had that game in the bag. Fucking brutal.
Friday, Dayton.
Yeah, sucked me off now. Called it from the get-go.
He did.
And that
Good
caller,
show.
too. That caller had the over.
The over, which
Yep.
also I was like watching. I was like, not a chance.
Yeah.
That was crazy towards the end. I
Yeah,
thought.
what a run.
Speaking of miracle over, I mean,
Yeah, Dan's
They're gonna-
on
they're gonna write a
some
book-
run.
they're gonna write a book about
some run.
What?
dude, he's pulling games. They scored.
Big Cat. Yeah, it's
Missouri and
crazy.
Kentucky scored like 26 points in a minute and
Yeah, I
a half.
saw it.
That's what they just did
Unheard
the
of.
other night. It was crazy.
Unheard of.
30
Oh, yeah.
minutes, 30
Crazy.
points.
16 in a row he's got now?
16.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like
I actually love the
Seems
play.
insane.
Genuinely like the play tonight. It's Wilmington.
103 points.
Wilmington
in second
Charleston
half,
over.
though. The 103
Wilmington Charleston
points
over?
Yeah.
in second half is when you know you're just like you can say anything and things are just going your way.
Yeah,
He's
it was
also
wild.
beating the like.
He also it's not the first. If there was a run of like there was only one, he got out of it with Kentucky LSU by the
Yeah.
skin of the balls.
Yeah.
There. So
He's
it's
had a
like-
few that have been
Yeah,
like very.
they're all I mean, a lot of them have been really good. Like safe. I should like safe.
Mizzou, Kentucky, and then the
Sure.
one last night have been the two like.
Yeah, there's
that
a
really
few
stood
like
out that
for
were
the
like,
most.
holy
He
shit.
hasn't needed to be safe like every single night. But yeah, I mean, 16 in a row. It's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
Insane.
crazy.
He's
Guy
also
guy in the broadcast said it when the over hit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
novel.
It's also, if you're announcing those type of games, you should be.
Like today,
Especially
UNC
when St.
Wilmington
Thomas was
Charleston.
checked out. Which, by the way, we've touched. It's the dumbest fucking rule. And then
you
you
weren't
got,
checked out. They still won the win.
they weren't checked out, but.
That's like-
Omaha's been on a run.
If anything, St. Thomas wanted to win.
Wanted to
more,
win, yeah, that
so
makes sense,
people
right.
talk about.
What I should have said
I know
was
what you mean.
their bid was checked
Stupid,
out.
yes.
Yeah, and then you got guys like Seth Davis being like, well, this rule is to protect teams because otherwise they could go up and down from Division One like nonstop. Who do you think's fucking leaving Division One?
Nobody.
Like a majority. There's
Some people do, but it does. No one cares about
the
those
bottom
teams
of
anyway.
yeah. It's like just put them in the fucking tournament, and then people keep replying to me being like, "Well, Rico, don't you think they should be allowed to be in the tournament?" It's a different conversation.
Definitely.
1,000% St. Thomas should be eligible to play in the tournament. But if that's the rule, do not put them in the conference tournament because it only makes things wacky.
100%.
So St. Thomas was the 2, and now the 3 really should have been the 2, and they play somebody. You know, it makes
I
everything
also
completely
do get,
hairy.
like I do get like why even they it shouldn't even be both because if you're playing in the season, you have to go in the conference tournament, but you should also be eligible. I get what you mean exactly. Like they
No,
shouldn't
my
be in
thing
it
is
as
yes,
well.
they should all be eligible. But if you're going to make this rule, do not put them in the conference tournament. That's where I'm at.
No.
Yeah, but then you kind of
Yes,
have to
They
put
should,
them.
they should be able to compete in their conference
You
championship.
have to put
we
in the
play
conference-
games
'cause
all
you can
year.
still-
Here's the thing. I disagree because you're looking at
Shouldn't play a season then.
you're looking out for one team's interests, but you're fucking over potentially 7 others based on all those matchups.
You're fucking over the kids too for playing a whole season for no reason.
One of my favorite
Like,
stories.
at least still say we won the conference championship.
Yes.
One of my favorite stories that happened with this was the year Fairleigh Dickinson beat Purdue. Merrimack won the conference
Yep.
tournament.
Yeah.
They weren't eligible, so Fairleigh Dickinson got in, and then they beat Purdue.
Yep, and everyone.
If that rule didn't exist, we wouldn't get the Fairleigh Dickinson
Yeah.
story.
I am on Arkansas State tonight minus the 1.5. And I'm on Portland State minus 4.5. Portland State's coach did that thing on the mic senior night where he was like, "We're tough, we're strong, we're fucking coming" to an arena full of people. And I just see a team like that. I don't think would lose in the quarters or whatever. That's a weird. The Big Sky, like I don't. It's a weird bracket how they do it, but I don't think they're gonna lose in their first game that they're playing. I think they rally and take care of that and beat Idaho. So I'm on that.
That's your only play tonight?
Arkansas State and Portland State.
Okay.
Yeah. Why?
I didn't hear you say Arkansas State.
Arkansas State minus the 1.5.
You think Brian's coaching for a Power
I
5
think he
job
might have
tonight?
went up to 2.5.
He's worried about getting to the tournament, Dukes.
Do you think he's worried about a Power 5
I think
job?
he's worried about getting to the tournament.
He's
I've heard a lot of rumors that he's
100%
worried about. He's got a Power
five.
5 job in his back pocket.
I think
that-
he's worried about winning and getting
Be
to
I'm
more
hearing this from
worried
outside
about
people.
a Power 5 job.
I'm hearing this from outside people that like he's like on to the next job.
Oh,
already.
how do you guys
Checked
feel-
Out. So I might take Troy tonight.
It's actually a good. I'm going Troy tonight too. What? I actually am not going to take that game.
I don't know. I'm not
I
either.
have no
like
idea how they are. What do you guys truly think about Duke's assistant coach taking Miami's job?
It happens. Like,
No, but he's out. He's not coaching.
He has to.
No, why does he have to?
He has. I mean, with the
Kellen
portal
Moore
and everything.
everyone know Kellen Moore was going to the Saints. You know.
No, but with the portal
Wait,
and everything.
Recruiting makes it. I think.
Yeah, no, but
hold on.
just
Duke's
left-
not honoring. He's not playing through.
No.
He's did the UNC game and he's out.
I thought it was the thing they.
I think it's kind of crazy both ways.
I think they kind of. I would imagine they gave him a little push, and Miami.
Well, he's also it's also like a piece of shit type of move to like make the announcement in the middle of the season when you're it's also in conference. Like you're recruiting for another team while you're on a team. That's not right.
Well, that's why like.
No, but
I think that's why it
shouldn't
doesn't
even
make sense to.
shouldn't even be allowed to happen.
Yeah, but I think
during that.
Miami put an ultimatum in front of him to be a scumbag. If Miami was like, "Hey, let us know by tomorrow, or we are going somewhere else," like, what are you supposed to
I
do?
almost feel like shouldn't be allowed to do that. Like you should have to wait.
But Miami, but like, what do you? But it's not really fair. Like
But then you have to wait till April. Then if you're Miami, you have to.
goes.
If you're Miami, you have to potentially wait till April to hire your coach. You lose out on.
Yeah, I
That's
think
the thing,
I think that's fair play in Miami.
I think it's fair play but I'm saying just like
Figure it
rules
out.
wise.
I mean, how many times? I mean, remember in what was it, the college football, the playoff, the one year when Lane Kiffin took the FAU job, and they were like, you're trying to call offense for this game. You're recruiting for another school. You're doing a game plan like that. Shit just doesn't like you
Speaking
can't
of
do
that,
that. It
last
doesn't work.
thing because we gotta go, but Steph Curry's just like a GM for David.
Assistant
matter.
GM.
Doesn't
All
matter.
right, guys.
It doesn't matter.
Keep
Yeah.
having these distractions.
You are wrong
Steph
about
Keep
Curry
having these distractions.
Have you said you're wrong yet or no?
No, not.
Oh, okay.
By the way, that was
Playing
my
so
best
good.
bet.
What am I saying wrong about again?
You said they
were gonna make
they
the
want to make.
playoffs.
the-
No, so I said we talked about this last week.
I wasn't here, so
Yeah,
yeah.
I said doesn't that bet does not look good, very good right now.
No, that bet's dead.
No, it's not. Because if they make the play-in and they get knocked out.
I don't even think they're gonna. I think they're gonna be.
I think you're right. I think they'll make the top 6.
I think they're gonna be 6 or
It's
5.
far from dead. They're only a half game out of the play-in.
They're minus 2,500 to make the playoffs.
That seems good. I mean, like, obviously they're probably gonna make the playoffs, but there is a path where they don't make it. Though it's not like it wouldn't be the craziest.
But
thing of
also,
all
because
time.
also, even if they were the 7, they'd have to lose 2 games.
two
To
games
not be in the
right.
playoff.
Correct.
They're gonna be in the
But I think they're only like a game and a half out of like the 9 seed. Though.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, but that one does not look good. But I
I don't no, it looks bad.
it looks bad.
Not look good. Minus 2,500.
I got it
yes.
minus
But in
135.
fairness-
And it jumped. They won one game, and it jumped to minus 350.
Jimmy
I'm
Butler
not-
I've never seen Jimmy Butler play like how he's playing right now. Where the way he's so like he's passing the ball more.
I'm not backing off.
They look
my-
like they're having fun.
I'm not backing off my take that the Warriors should still blow it up.
We don't got another hour for this.
yeah, we don't. we don't.
We did this last week. We did a big.
We don't have it.
What do you got?
I'm on Luka over 30.5 points. I think with LeBron out, he's going to get the ball a lot. I don't know if they're going to win that. They're playing in Brooklyn, but yeah, their line's 30.5, so I like that one.
I'm going Furman minus 1.5. I'm gonna go Rico's alma mater? Is that your team? Nichols?
No, that's some idiot texted me and was like, "Hey, you played with somebody who got drafted by the Jets?" No, I played for Nichols. That's Nichols State.
Oh,
This is Nichols.
I don't think it makes him an idiot.
Nichols State.
Going Nichols minus 3.5. I am going St. Mary's minus 19.5. They're gonna smoke Pepperdine. It's also so funny that they start in the semifinal, right?
Yeah.
And then that's so stupid. And then I'm going San Francisco plus 14.5. Do they have somebody out
Who?
No, I don't.
or no?
I don't think so.
Just swear
The
I saw it.
Pepperdine story is crazy. Like they're like the 9 seed. They
Yeah.
won like 4 games.
Yeah.
Oh, it's even
Yeah,
crazier.
yeah.
How about
They
this?
won 3 in a row.
Shout out Inglesby, Mike Bray product, Delaware, 12 seed in the final tonight. In the CAA, I believe.
Who are they playing?
Towson.
Hofstra's not there.
No.
That's a shame.
Shame.
Fuck you.
Are they not?
Pride.
This is a semifinal today.
What did I say?
Final.
Final? Oh, I apologize. Semi. I thought it was a final.
Congratulations for semifinals.
They're a 12 seed, yeah. He's a Mike Bray product.
Of course, he coached under Mike Bray. Of course. Mike Bray has always been his white whale, which was like the most funniest attainable white whale of all time.
Have you texted him at all?
He's with the Hawks. So fucking
No more Clovis?
He's in the NBA now.
Shamrocks. He corrected it. Shamrocks.
Clovers.
Ev.
I'm gonna be on that big kid over. I already put it in the UNC Wilmington Charleston over. I'll tweet a few more tonight. Also, Giants signed Paulson Adebo.
Of course he did.
Right.
Actually a good corner from the Saints. Yeah, so Giants first signing. Also, Elon, we can't have Twitter down on NFL free agency day.
No.
More championship week.
Just can't have
down?
it. We can't have it.
It's still down?
Yeah, I don't really need
But-
it on
but-
Twitter.
but we
Up
don't-
and down,
we
up
need
and
Twitter
down.
for
It's kind of a
championships.
mess.
Yeah.
You need Twitter for news. I need the news. I can
Not
watch
good.
the games on TV.
Not good.
Feel prehistoric. Gotta find out about all these news in a newspaper the next morning.
Yeah.
I'm
Here we
taking.
go. Giants are signing standout quarterback Paulson Adebo. Actually, he's in the Saints. Good, actually, solid player.
What do you got, Dukes?
I'm taking Pepperdine plus 19.5 just based off Dark Magic.
I like that.
Also, St. Mary's has absolutely kicked the shit out of Pepperdine every time they played. I
That's
think
the only reason why I took
they've
them.
won by a combined 56 points, I saw, in the first 2 games. I'm also going to take Robert Morris tonight in Horizon League, -3.5 against Oakland. Robert Morris is really, really good, very well coached. And I'm going to go Arkansas State -2.5.
It's up to 2.5.
I'd say Wednesday is the best day this week.
I'm also going to take Dayton to win.
No.
I'm taking Dayton to win the A10.
Thursday.
Why?
Because Thursday's a majority of the quarters. Wednesday's more play-ins.
No, but Wednesday you get a lot of the good teams still. I think SEC's just SEC and Big Ten is
Yeah, you get
later.
those. Yeah,
But,
I guess
you
you're
get
right.
Kansas, you get the Dukes, you get
Yeah, Wednesday could be pretty loaded, but Thursday's really, really good too.
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday are the best days.
I'm pumped.
Yeah, I'm very excited. That's the show.
Oh, one
Whoa,
more thing.
I have my pick.
Oh, Mika's
Mikal Bridges over 17.5 points, -125. Knicks need someone to score to
You
basketball.
guys know you're like kind of fucked now though, right?
Not a great spot.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm just giving my pick.
3:30. I'm doing a thing where I'm going to be the general manager of the 91 Magic. So if you like watching, just like hopefully the chat can jump in. We can do some trades. We're going to try to tank for Shaq. Get Shaq back to Orlando. Let's go 91 Magic. So hopefully that's fun. But
Let's go. I'm so amped for this.
thank you, Phil. So yeah, around 3:30, I guess
like
we'll
it.
start on the game time.
That's the show. We'll see you guys tomorrow.